Hugo Selva shot and killed his girlfriend, Nicole Novak, on February 7, 2018. After further investigation, the Florida killer was also linked to several other shootings, including that of Charles Brown.
Hello?
What's going on there?
I'm trying to tell you the truth of what happened.
What happened where?
On Wilder.
Okay.
I keep getting transferred.
Okay, what is your name?
My name?
And what's the number that the detective can give you a call at?
The phone number, I don't know my phone number.
Okay, can they call you at the number on our screen?
Yes.
Okay, are you in Delray Beach now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Are you a witness, or are you possibly involved?
I did it.
Okay. All right. And how old are you?
22.
22. And you still have your weapon with you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And can you tell me what happened? Or would you rather talk to a detective?
I'd rather talk to a detective.
Okay. This a call back at this number. The number. Does that
I think
sound
so.
familiar? Okay. All right. If it should come back.
It's a new phone.
Okay. If somebody should call you and it's from a blocked number, you need to pick it up because that'll probably be the detective calling. Okay.
I'm in shock right now.
Okay. Do you want the paramedics to respond to you?
No.
Okay. Are you home by yourself or at a friend's house or?
I'm just scared. I have the mother of my child and I'm just scared.
Okay. Do you have your child with you?
No.
Okay. Is she okay?
Yes.
The mother of your child's okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off the phone with you, and then I'm gonna have a detective call you. Okay?
Okay. I was just scared.
Okay. We can.
I operated out of fear, and I wasn't showing love.
Okay. All right. Well, you can tell that to the detective. Okay? He'll probably ask you to meet him somewhere. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Hello?
Jackie from the police department again. The detectives can't call you, but can you come into our station, into our lobby, and meet with one of them that's here, or that will be here when you get here?
Sure.
Okay. Do you know where we're at? We're at 600 Banyan Boulevard.
Okay.
And that's downtown West Palm Beach. Okay.
Okay.
What kind of car are you going to be coming in? What car are you driving?
The kind of car that I'm driving?
Yeah.
It's a rental car.
Oh, rental? All right. And your child's mother's going to be with you?
Is my child's mother going to be with me? Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, when you come into the lobby, there's 2 black phones on the wall. Just pick one up and ask for me, okay?
Okay. What's your name?
Jackie?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you soon.
22-year-old Hugo Selva reportedly had no previous criminal history prior to the tragic events that occurred in February 2018. Police believe that the 911 call made by Selva on the 6th of February suggests that he had tried to turn himself in before the chaos of the following day. Selva had allegedly shot his drug dealer, Charles Brown, in self-defense in West Palm Beach. The dispatcher requested for him to go to the station to tell detectives what had happened, but she did not follow up. Authorities could find the surveillance footage outside of My Neighbor Market on the south end of Lake Worth. The footage shows Selva with his 26-year-old girlfriend and the mother of his child, Nicole Novak. The footage shows him shooting her fatally in the head and then driving away after dragging her body into the rented Nissan southbound. When authorities arrived at the scene, All that was left was a pool of blood where Novak had fallen out of the vehicle upon being shot. Numerous calls had been made to 911 about a crazed driver on the I-95 highway.
911 emergency.
Hey, I'm on 95 northbound and just south of Belvedere Road exit, and some guy just like driving backwards on the highway in a black Nissan.
Okay, this is okay. Wait a minute. Listen, this is on 95.
Yeah, so it's on the shoulder now.
Where on 95?
Just south of Belvedere on 95 northbound, just south of Belvedere. But he's going south of the northbound lane.
Hold on.
In the early hours of that same day, Anthony Fonte found the couple asleep in their SUV in his driveway in Benwater Circle. According to Fonte, he and Selva used to sell marijuana together, but that the two hadn't spoken in over 4 years, and that he did not know why he was there that night. Fonte reported that he had knocked on the window, telling them to leave. The killer had then shot him through the windshield before driving away. The bullet had struck Fonte in the shoulder. Further investigation led authorities to find 29-year-old Edvin Milkevic in a crashed Nissan 370Z on southbound I-95 later that same morning. Milkevic had been taken to Del Rey Medical Center, where he reportedly died from gunshot wounds. Little is known as to why he had been shot or his connection to Selva, but ballistics later showed that the bullet found removed from Novak's head matched the bullet found in the crash victim. After striking 3 cars head-on, the vehicle came to a stop near the Latana exit on northbound I-95, where authorities could intercept. Florida Highway Patrol troopers reportedly used a taser on the 22-year-old, but it did not work. According to police, Selva was not cooperating or listening to their commands, and as a result, Deputy Connor Haw shot and killed him. The highway was closed for several hours that day. A lawsuit has been filed against the state, claiming that the dispatcher on the call with Selva the day before the I-95 crash should have followed up to ensure that Selva had indeed gone through to the station as she had instructed him to do in the call. According to attorney Gary Cohen, she completely dropped the ball, Cohen said. You have a man with a gun who has already shot somebody. The state has said that it does not comment on active lawsuits, but that West Palm Beach police issued an alert for Selva's black SUV and that the dispatcher did inform detectives on the case. Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies' actions were later declared justified and that it was a response to the danger Selva was to himself and others. Stay tuned for more information on the still active lawsuit. Make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. In May 2018, Mitesh Patel lied about strangling his wife to death in their Teesside home, blaming it on a burglar attack. But the truth was that killing his wife was not his only secret.
Police emergency.
Oh, hiya. I think we've been burgled and my wife's been attacked.
Where about? What's the address?
We're on number 35, the Avenue in Middlesbrough, Linthorpe.
Right, is that where your wife is now?
Yeah, well, I've just come home. I was just out. I went to get something to eat and see the lads at work and get my laptop. And I've just come home and the house is ransacked. And she's just on the floor. She's got duct tape all over her and she's like unconscious.
Right.
I'm trying to take this tape off her.
Can she breathe?
Well, no, because she's...
Take the duct tape off her then.
Can you send someone quick?
Yeah, I am. Can I take your name, please?
My name's Mitesh.
Okay.
I can't get it off her.
Give me an ambulance, mate. Yeah.
My battery's really low as well, so if I die... Yeah. I'm going to get someone straight out, okay? How long will they be?
I'm going to get them travelling on blue lights and we're going to get an ambulance straight out as well.
Okay.
Okay. You said is your wife breathing? Can you feel a pulse?
I can't feel anything. My hand's really cold.
How long have you been out of the house?
About an hour.
What's your wife called, please?
Jessica.
What's the date of birth?
16/9/83.
Just try and stay calm. Is it Mitesh I'm speaking to?
Yeah, it is.
Listen, we've got police travelling down now. Okay? We've got police travelling down now.
Can
Okay?
you ring my dad, please?
What, sorry?
Can you ring my dad?
Do you want to ring him?
Well, or should I wait for the... I don't know what to do.
Listen, we've got officers on the way to you now. We've got a few units heading towards, okay? Okay, listen, Mitesh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hang up the call. We've got lots of units heading towards, okay? Ring your dad up.
Yeah.
Just stay with your wife. Are there any other people in the house? Have you got any children in the house?
No, we don't have any children.
Right, okay.
Well, we live on our own with the pharmacist at Roman Road.
Right.
My parents live in Halifax.
Right.
Right, I've got the duct tape off her. It was on her legs, like by her ankles, and on her arms, tied, like she'd been tied up. But her hands are really cold.
Are there any marks on her at all?
Well, I can see marks on her neck, like a really dark neck.
She's been tied up by her hands,
Yeah.
and also tape around her legs,
Yeah.
and marks around her neck.
Yeah. She's got like blood on her nose and like stuff dripping out onto the floor.
Right. What position is she lying in at the moment?
She's in the recovery position.
Okay. Okay. And she's non-responsive.
No, Jazz, come on, baby, wake up.
We've got Mitesh. Listen to me, please. We've got an ambulance coming. They're travelling on blue lights as well. Okay. And we've got.
Will you ring my dad, please?
There's nobody on scene, is there, Mitesh?
No, there's nobody here.
Nobody. Okay. What room are you? Okay, listen. The police are outside. Can you let the police officers in?
It's Jessica.
I'll leave her with you, okay, Mitesh? I'll leave you with the police officers. Okay.
Jessica and Mitesh Patel played together as children and met again when studying at Demented University in Leicester. Mitesh was Jessica's first boyfriend, and they met in secret at first. They got married in 2009 and began trying for children in 2015. According to the victim's sister, Minal, her sister had confided that he had displayed strange behavior with his cell phone, often taking it to the bathroom with him and keeping it close to him at all times. Minal and other family members, friends, and colleagues also reported various incidents that, when pieced together, had been signs of abuse. Incidents included Patel not allowing his wife to return home to her family to visit her dying grandfather. They were moving far from Halifax to Middleborough to lessen the time she spent with her family. Patel was constantly reprimanding and belittling his wife in front of both colleagues and customers at the Roman Road pharmacy. They ran together, and Patel throwing a phone at her, injuring her leg. Patel allegedly sought help from a doctor for anxiety, but there was no concrete evidence that the doctor had asked her about domestic abuse at home. After killing his wife, 34-year-old Jessica Patel, her husband had ransacked the Middleborough home, making it look as if there had been an intrusion. Investigations also showed that he had made calls to employees who worked at the pharmacy that he and Jessica ran together in an attempt to create an alibi. He even called in an order at Romano's Pizza. Fawad Jawad, an employee at Romano's Pizza, had reported that he would never have suspected such a gruesome act and that the killer had seemed perfectly normal, even asking about the well-being of one of the delivery drivers. Patel had reportedly been using the app Grindr to have multiple affairs with men. After finding out the truth that her husband was gay, Jessica had found out earlier that day. Still, she stayed with him, and the two had even agreed to continue going for fertility treatment to try to start a family together. Unbeknown to her, Patel had been taking drugs to stifle his sperm count. Patel did not want a child with Jessica because the truth was that he was planning to run away to Australia with his boyfriend, whom he had met on the app. Police had found evidence of premeditated murder and his plans to run away with his lover on Patel's laptop, where he had researched a range of topics such as Hindu funeral, strangulation, selling a business, moving to Australia, and even searching "I need to kill my wife." Messages were also sent to his secret lover saying that her days are marked, and what are your thoughts if she goes earlier than you think? Evidence also showed that he planned to fund his new life with his wife's €2 million life insurance. Forensic psychologist Dr. Michelle Carr has described the killer's actions as pathologic and narcissistic. A 2-week trial held at Teesside Crown Court took place where Patel insisted that his story was true. Later described as ridiculous, an investigation had determined that the victim had been injected with insulin and then tied up with duct tape and strangled to death, and a Tesco shopping bag had been used to suffocate her. The 37-year-old Mitesh Patel was sentenced to 30 years in prison for the murder of his wife. Jessica Patel had been described as kind, loving, sensitive, and a beautiful person from the inside out. According to those close to her, she had simple dreams, wanting to fall in love, have a family, and live happily ever after. On January 4, 2015, Shelley Ray Gilbert made a call to 911 after her 30-year-old son, Tommy Gilbert Jr., shot his 7-year-old father in the head in his parents' New York City apartment, a killing that shocked the upper-class Manhattan society.
911, where's the emergency?
It's at 20 Beekman Place.
20 Beekman Place.
20 Beekman Place, zip code 10022.
What are your cross streets?
50th and 51st.
Are you in an apartment or private house?
8D as in David.
David, on what floor?
8th.
What's the emergency today, ma'am?
My husband is, I think, dead.
Okay.
Please rush.
Connect you to EMS. Do not hang up, okay?
Hello?
Okay, hello, caller. Is the ambulance for you or for somebody else?
It's for my husband.
Is he awake?
He's dead, I think.
How old is he, ma'am?
He's 60. He just turned 70.
70, okay. Is there somebody there with you?
No, just him and me.
And he's not breathing?
What? I don't think so. I can't get a pulse.
Okay. Stay with me one moment. Okay, that's at 20 Beekman Place, apartment 8D as in David, in the borough of Manhattan, correct?
Yes. How long will you be?
All right, I've already got the call out. All right, they'll be there quickly. You're getting firemen, the police, and the EMS. Is he on the floor?
Yes.
He's on the floor, okay. I want you to open up his shirt.
Okay. He's wearing a turtleneck.
All right, in which case, if you could kneel next to his chest. Okay.
Yes.
Is there somebody you could call to help you out, or?
No.
Okay. Kneel next to his chest. Put your left hand on the center of his chest.
Yes.
Just above the, the middle of his chest. Put your second hand on top of the first.
Yes.
All right.
I have to put you on speaker. Hang on.
Just be careful. Don't hang up, okay?
Hello?
Okay, I'm still here, ma'am.
Hang on. Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay. I'm pressing down. I've been watching emergency shows, like hospital shows. So
I understand. Keep your elbows straight. Use the weight of your upper body to push.
I think he's just dead. He's been shot.
He's been shot?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still willing to try to do...
I'm doing compressions now.
Okay. Keep your elbows straight.
Can I ask her a question, Arrow?
What's that?
Can I ask her a question?
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. You said your husband was shot?
Yes.
How long ago?
Probably 10, 15 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, maybe.
10 minutes ago he was shot?
Maybe 15.
By whom?
My son, who is nuts. But I didn't know he was this nuts.
According to his mother, the Princeton graduate reportedly arrived at the Upper East Side home to discuss business with his father. He had requested that Gilbert go out and get him a sandwich and soda that he knew wasn't kept in the house. She had obliged and left home, but moments later felt a sense of dread was over her. She found herself in the bathroom of their apartment less than 3 minutes later, where her husband lay dead in a pool of blood with a gun placed in his hand, and her son had disappeared. Thomas Gilbert Jr. was arrested on charges of first-degree murder the following day. The scene had been described by officials as an attempted staged suicide, as the .40 Glock 22 had been found resting in the victim's hand. Upon further investigation, police uncovered 2 .40 caliber magazines matching the gun found at the scene at Gilbert Jr.'s Chelsea apartment that led to his arrest. The 2009 Princeton graduate had reportedly struggled to remain employed and lived off the wealth of his successful parents. He had been receiving a $1,000 allowance, his rent and Jeep had been paid for, and his club memberships as well. According to the victim's wife, Gilbert Sr. had slowly been decreasing the killer's allowance and, before the time of the murder, had decreased it to $300, arguing that his son must find a job and begin taking care of himself. Alex Spiro, defense for the accused, and Gilbert had argued that his actions resulted from his mental illness, claiming that he suffered from schizophrenia and that he was not aware of his actions at the time of the murder. However, officials believed that the murder was an act of entitlement and revenge, and that it had been premeditated, as further evidence found that the gun had been purchased several months earlier in Ohio. Before the killing took place, Gilbert Jr. had allegedly been researching websites, including websites such as hireakiller.com and hitman.com. Not only was the murder found to be premeditated, but the prosecution had proved the killer to be fully aware of his actions and morals, as he had cleared the apartment by asking his mother to go out, showing that he knew what he was about to do was wrong. Just over 4 years later, in June 2019, Thomas Gilbert Jr. was found guilty for the murder of his father and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years served. His mother, Shelley, spoke about his mental illness being kept a secret as per her son's request and how difficult it was not knowing just how sick he was. She said that she would continue to fight for her son to be transferred to a psychiatric facility to receive the mental treatment she believes he requires. In November 2015, 9-year-old Lily Barber called 999 after her mother, Claire, collapsed at the wheel of their car on a busy Greater Lancaster road. Lily and her younger sister guided the police to their whereabouts.
Hello? What motorway are you on?
I don't know. I can't see.
Do you know what area you're in?
I'm near Boothstown and Ashley. I'm in between Boothstown and Ashley. I've just come from Wigan.
You've just come from Wigan, okay.
Yeah, I'm really passed out and she's only just breathing.
Right, okay.
I'm in the car by myself.
Right. What colour car are you in?
I'm in a white Fiat 500.
Right, okay. What's your name, sorry?
Lily Barber.
Willie Barber.
Yeah.
What's your mum's name?
Claire Adele Barber.
Right, okay, let me a second. How old's your mum?
Mummy! Huh?
How old's your mum?
40.
She's 40. Is she breathing?
Yeah, only just, but
right.
She's really ill. She just passed out. We pulled over.
Okay.
She's alive. She's just very poorly.
All right, I'm staying on the phone with you, okay? Can you try and speak to her and get her to talk to you?
She's completely passed out. She can't talk. She just noticed she's just going,
right, okay. Has she not been
mental stress illnesses. She hit really hard. Yeah. She's blinking. She just blinked.
Wigan. You've come from Wigan, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm in between on the way to Boothstown and Ashley Industrial Estate.
You're near Ashley Industrial Estate?
Yeah, I think we're right next to it. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not very good with motorways.
How old are you, Willie?
I'm 9 years of age. I know CPR, but I'm not very good at it.
No, that's fine. As long as she's breathing, okay.
She is breathing. She's
Yeah.
got like phlegm in her mouth.
Do you think you're on the East Lancs? Have you gotten off the motorway?
Yeah. No, we're not off the motorway. I think I'm on the East Lancs, yeah.
I think you're on the East Lancs?
Yeah. Just coming off the East Lancs, I think.
Right, okay. And you're near Boothstown, you said, yeah?
Yeah, near Boothstown, and it says pointing an arrow, so I think we're about a mile away from Ashley Industrial Estate, I'm not sure.
Right, okay.
There's a sign in front of me saying, Boothstown forward ahead, it's a quarter of a mile away, and Ashley Industrial Estate quarter of a mile away.
Right, okay, that was a second.
My mum, she's alive, right.
Mother of two, 41-year-old Claire Barber had been visiting her boyfriend with her children and, upon driving home, pulled over to the side of East Lancashire Road with a headache just before collapsing. Luckily for Claire, her 2 daughters, 9-year-old Lily and 6-year-old Eva, were in the car with her, and the older of the 2 hurried to contact emergency services. The schoolgirl had been stressed and highly emotional but calmed quickly once the dispatcher started talking to her. Lily desperately tried to explain to authorities that they were in a Fiat 500 and close to an industrial estate on the side of a busy 2-lane road. She also put on the vehicle's hazard lights to make it easier for them to be found. Both sisters have been awarded for bravery by the police, and their mother expressed how proud she was of her daughters, saying that she had taught them about 999 emergency services from a young age and stressed how important it is for children to be aware of what to do in an emergency. A failed attempted murder-suicide in October 2019 when 94-year-old Venice man Wayne Julin turned the gun on himself after killing his 80-year-old wife who was suffering from dementia, but his plans were foiled.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
Yes, I've had a death in the family. I need an ambulance, I guess, from the police.
What's your address?
My address is...
Do you know the numerical address?
Pardon?
Do you know the actual address?
The address is...
Okay.
It's my wife. Yeah.
And what's the closest cross street or corner to that location?
Pinebrook and East Venice.
Okay.
Right behind Publix.
And you said it was...
Okay.
And what's the phone number you're calling from?
I'm calling from my cell phone, which is...
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, she died.
Who died?
My wife.
Okay, so she's there with you right now, and you saying she's dead?
She's sitting in a chair, and she's dead.
Okay, just stay in line just 1 second.
Okay.
I'm just updating this information, just 1 second.
Okay.
And are you with her now?
Well, yes, I live here. We live in...
Right, but you're there with her right now?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. And how old is she?
80 years old.
Okay.
Her name is...
And just to confirm, is she awake?
No, she is dead.
Just to confirm, is she breathing?
No, she is not breathing. She is totally dead.
All right, I'm sending paramedics to help you now. Just stay in a line.
Okay.
And please tell me, why does it look like she's dead?
Pardon?
Why does it look like she's dead?
Well, she's all white, pale, and hasn't moved for a couple hours. And no pulse. No pulse.
Okay.
She definitely passed away.
Okay. Do you think she's beyond any help?
No, she is beyond help. She needs to go to the funeral home.
Okay.
Or wherever they take her.
Okay. I'm sending someone to assist you. Please leave everything as you found it. Is there anything else we can do for you?
No, that's fine. Okay, bye.
If you can just repeat your address, just make sure I have it right.
Yes.
All right, they're on the way out there.
Thank you. All right,
no problem.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The 94-year-old had informed police upon arrival at their Aston Gardens home that he had intended to kill himself too, but that the gun had malfunctioned. He had even written a very lengthy suicide note, according to law enforcement. Authorities also reported that the man was very cooperative with the police. Paula Falk with the Senior Friendship Center said that the event was tragic and that many individuals do not seek help in taking care of their loved ones. They try to do it on their own. Chief Matt Mueller added that caregivers are under a lot of stress and there are resources available to them. Unfortunately, these people didn't take care of those, take advantage of those resources, and it's now a tragic ending. Julian was arrested and charged with first-degree premeditated murder and booked here into the Sarasota County Jail on no bond. That's it for today. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to join us in the next episode of True 911.